I wanted to give you a representation of what it looks like to be in alignment and out of alignment when it comes to your timeline. Because I'm a full believer that when you are in alignment, you're basically choosing your highest timeline, which I'm going to explain in a minute. And when you're out of alignment, you're basically not giving yourself a chance to experience all the magic, all the opportunities, all the desires, like everything that you want manifests for you. Because in the highest timeline, everything that you want happens. So I'm going to give you kind of a visual representation. I'm a very visual person myself, and hopefully this is going to make it so much more comprehensive for you. So let's say we have two timelines, right? So we have, don't mind my lines, okay, guys? You have this timeline, and then you have this timeline. Okay. So you have two timelines. And although time is not linear, we're going to pretend it is for the sake of this explanation, just because I don't know how to see it any other way. You know, time works like this for me, always and forever. So that's time. That's time right there. Oh my God. This lighting today is killing me. So this is your timeline when you're in alignment. This is your timeline when you're out of alignment. Okay. So what happens when you're in alignment is that the highest possible situation, the best possible scenario happens. Okay. So let's think about all your desires, all your wishes, all the things that you've wanted to manifest in your lifetime, in your love life, in your career, money, finances, family, dreams, traveling, blah, blah. All of that happens in this timeline. All of it. Like, I mean, all of it. Okay. And the universe is always kind of guiding you towards this timeline, because in this timeline, you get the most expansion. And when you expand, others expand around you. The universe itself elevates. And so basically the purpose of the universe is complete because you are honoring the timeline. And what happens when you're honoring the timeline through your boundaries, through the choices that you make, is that things flow. Like, you're gonna see, you know, you're gonna open up to opportunities, and you're gonna feel movement in a way that just feels so natural and almost effortless, because you are exactly where you're meant to be. And so opportunities kind of just come to you naturally. This is what happens when you're not available for shit that you don't want. When you're not available for emotionally unavailable man, the timeline kind of shrinks and you're able to meet your desires quickly. So let's say if the man is here, the love of your life is here, what happens is when you consistently choose alignment, instead of being here, you jump into the timeline. You do the quantum leaping, the quantum jumps. That's what people talk about often. And why this happens is because, you know, let's say that maybe it takes you a little longer because you have some lessons to learn along the way. Maybe you still don't feel like you're worthy, blah, blah. The timeline is made so that you learn those lessons along the way. But let's say for some reason you choose to like learn that more rapidly. Let's say for some reason, like all those lessons kind of compound and you move quicker. Maybe an opportunity came and you chose yourself more than you ever chosen yourself before. Maybe, you know, a lesson came right to you, like a man that was really emotionally unavailable, and you were just like right away, no, goodbye. That jumps the timeline, because maybe if you weren't in alignment, what would happen is things kind of slow down. So it kind of happens the other way around. Things kind of slow down and you have to go back here to where your lessons are. And what happens is if you're constantly out of alignment, you come back here and you come back here. And the universe tries to give you new things. The universe tries to open you to new opportunities. But because you still haven't worked on this thing, the universe sends you right back here. And this is when life feels like it's constantly looping, because you're not learning the lessons that you need to learn. You're not like in your power. And so you continue to give power to other things. You're not really taking responsibility over your life. And this is when you're basically out of alignment. Okay. And this is really, really important, because boundaries help you be in alignment. Like when you say no to something because you know this is not what I want, I'm worthy of more, you jump timelines, and the universe gives you more and more opportunities to continue to learn all of the things that you need to learn in order to meet your soulmate husband, you know? And so if you learn fast, if you take a bet on yourself, if you are constantly choosing to be in your power, you advance timelines so much more quickly. And you come from here to here to here, and it's done. And so this timeline moves so much faster. It moves so much more effortlessly. It just flows. This one, it's like something happens, the universe puts a chance. Okay, let me draw it again because now it's all crazy. So this is still the out of alignment one, out. So let's say the universe puts the soulmate here because all the opportunities are still within you, like they're still within your reach, but because you haven't done the work here, and maybe because you accepted someone that didn't treat you right here, and you keep accepting, like you keep not honoring yourself, you keep not honoring your boundaries, your needs, your desires, basically what happens is you create a new pathway. Like at some point you create a new pathway. And this is when reality starts getting really fucking annoying and insane, because it kind of goes like this. So instead of being fast like a river, it just fucking flows, it just goes exactly where it's meant to go, you start living in circles because you haven't learned your lesson. So you're kind of, like I said, you're stuck here, but what it would look like is kind of this. Like you're stuck in circles. You're reliving the same story over and over again. I always say this, different characters, same story. It's the same exact storyline. It's the same plot, just different fucking characters. Or sometimes even the same character, and it's always the same for years and years. I've had this for a long time of my life. And so this happens until you break the cycle, which is what I was teaching you guys. I don't remember when exactly anymore, but at some point within this course, I've already talked about this, how to like, oh yeah, so in the last one, yeah, so the hacking into the universe's algorithm, I've already explained this to you with like how you break the cycle, how you kind of break the loop, how you interrupt the pattern. So that's kind of what I was teaching you yesterday. You interrupt the pattern, and once you do, because you realize like, actually, like I'm a fucking powerful being. You're this really powerful bitch. Actually, let me put a crown on you. No, actually, I'm a fucking powerful being, and I deserve everything that I desire, and I'm done with my own bullshit. I'm ready to not settle. Goodbye to this toxic shit. Goodbye to this pattern. I'm ready to claim my new reality. I'm ready to do what's best for me and choose myself. You come from here and you walk a little further into the timeline. So that's when you unlock the next journey, the next level of your timeline, right? And that's when you jump. Maybe you get new opportunities. Maybe you start meeting other types of men. You start meeting, or you start getting opportunities for like money. You get a raise, or you just the universe starts placing things so that you kind of have to make that choice again, right? The universe is always putting things in your path for you to choose. Like, okay, so imagine the algorithm, right? Like, okay, I'm gonna put this video on her For You page. Let's see if she interacts with it or not. If she doesn't, I'm gonna stop showing her this because she clearly is not interested. But if she does, then let's bring her back to some more videos, right? So this is what's constantly fucking happening. The universe is constantly assimilating everything that you're doing, how you're showing up, the decisions that you make, how you move in your life. And so what happens here is that you leap a little further. The universe gives you a chance to do better. So let's say, I finally choose that I don't want any toxic relationships, that I'm done with emotionally unavailable men. The universe will place a guy in my path that maybe is a little better. So he gives me a little bit more of what I want, but maybe he's still not fully available. Maybe he's still not fully sure that he wants a relationship. The universe will see, okay, is she going to choose herself? How fast is she going to choose herself? Because again, the more you engage, the more the universe associates that with, okay, she wants this. She still wants this. So the universe gives it more to you. And that's when the loop continues. You break the cycle by making new choices. And this is how your boundaries kind of have such a big impact on you, because when you have boundaries with yourself, when you respect your desires, when you claim what you want, when you claim your needs, you're not going to be available for anything that is not meeting those standards. And so let's say that guy shows up, he's a little better than maybe your ex, or maybe the situationship that you're in. Maybe he wants a relationship, but maybe whatever, right? You're noticing things that are not really lining up with what you want. Instead of giving him a chance, you say, actually, no, this is not what I want. Like, I know what I want, and I'm only available for that and that alone. And so the universe is like, okay, she's not interested in this content anymore. Let's leap her forward and leap her forward and leap her forward. And that's when you meet your alignment, okay? So you are constantly having chances of falling back into alignment. You are constantly being given opportunities to choose the For You page that you want to live in, the reality that you want for yourself, like I explained in the previous video. And this is when shit happens, okay? Like, things start opening up for you. The universe brings you closer and closer to more of what you want. Because again, the universe doesn't fully know until you choose, right? So maybe the universe is going to give you better and better man, but you need to still be very aware that like you're only available for one man, you know, for one guy, for your husband. And so until he shows up, you still have to continue to reject everything that isn't that, you know? Until the job that you want shows up, you have to keep in mind that you shouldn't be wasting time, or at least not of it. Like, I'm not saying like don't have a job, you know, like have zero salary. But, you know, I didn't accept certain jobs that other people like, why aren't you accepting this? Like, this makes perfect sense. This is secure. This is blah, blah. But I was like, this is not quite what I want. Like, I want to have more freedom. I want to have more spaciousness. I want to be paid better. And suddenly, like, I got this opportunity where I'm being paid really well, doing exactly something that doesn't drain me, that makes me feel good. At the end of the day, I feel like energized, and it's giving me the money to sustain myself in so many ways. So this is what I mean with you keep kind of searching in the For You page for the videos, for the things, the opportunities, the circumstances that you do want, and you engage with those instead of engaging with ones you're not interested in. And that's how you meet the alignment timeline. That's how you start leaping forward, because every time you say not interested to something, the universe understands more of what you actually want. And this is when the universe starts like speaking your language. This is when the universe starts meeting you with the desires that you've actually consciously chosen, and not the things that the universe thinks you want, but actually you hate them because you're stuck here, and the universe is giving you more of what you want because you're continuing to consciously or subconsciously choose it. And so you're just stuck in a loop. The universe is like, okay, she wants more of this. Okay, she wants more of this. Okay, she wants more of this. Oh, this bitch disrespected her and she's still there. Okay, she wants more of this. So, and until you're here, again, you kind of not open. You're not open to new opportunities. You're not open. You're not really available for more. You're not available for what you want. So it's really important that you break out of this with the tools that I've kind of given you yesterday, the examples that I've given you yesterday, both in the video lesson and in the workbook. So definitely go check that out. And so this is my explanation. I hope this helped you. Yeah. I hope this helped you. And if you have any questions, obviously DM me. And I think this is pretty comprehensive. I say this is the best way I could explain this to you, and hopefully this kind of gave you more motivation to like stay in alignment with your standards and your boundaries, and not betray yourself, not dishonor yourself for the sake of like just getting something, because getting something is not getting what you want. You remember that. Love you. See you in the next video.